What's up? Yeah.
Alrighty, guys, welcome to another episode of Coaching Chats. I am Ryan. We've got Adam, Jules, and Simon, of course. And how we been, folks? Adam, start with you. You're at the top of my screen. How we going?
Yeah, good. Had a good week last week. I injured myself.
What did you do?
I strained my adductor magnus. It was quite painful, but it's only a minor strain. But it's just really annoying.
What were you doing?
I was just jumping, doing my normal training, so not really sure why it happened, to be honest.
Nice. And we've heard rumours about a mysterious interest coming into your life. Any comments?
No comment.
Maybe we'll make the quiz about that at the end. Jules, how have you been, mate?
Yeah, very good.
Everyone now watching the start, the quiz at the end is about Adam's love interest, so please stay on.
Oh, my God. Love a boy. No, I've been good. Had a good week last week. Had a very relaxing weekend. I did hardly anything. It was good. And I'm ready for this week.
Something especially special happened on the weekend for you, didn't it, Jules? Or not very special?
Are you talking about the football again?
Yeah.
Yeah, not very special. No, it wasn't very special. I don't know what to say anymore. The Dockers are just a bit of a shambles, but that's all right.
And the Suns are the best team in the comp.
Yeah, well, statistically they're the second best team, but
we're second on the ladder, boys.
They're in red hot form.
To be alive. Simon, your worst nightmare came true. Liverpool won the league last week.
Yeah.
Have you recovered, or did you just run away down south to get away from it all?
Basically ran away, had some good food, slept a bit, and drank a lot of wine. So, yeah, it's good.
Good. How many hours of sleep did you get?
First night, I got about 7.5. Second night, I got almost 12.
Oh, my God.
Third night about 8, and then last night about 5. So
that
back
must
to
be
normal.
A week, like a world record for you.
Yeah,
you
pretty much.
Since you were 12.
I've been
How
up
do you
since
feel?
2:30.
Do you feel great?
I felt good, like on the weekend. Today I feel like shit. Although I did just do a 3RM front squat PB. So.
Oh, how'd you go? What did you get?
Finally got to 100 kilos. So
on
it's
your front? That's good for you.
Average girl's weight, I guess.
Yeah, that's pretty good for you because you got pretty shoddy ankles, so that's not too bad.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah.
Back squat needs some work.
I had a good session today. Good technique. Fired the squats up quite nicely. Felt really good. Stuck to the plan. Adam was watching me. I was sitting there just going like, "Do I go for it? Do I go for it?" And I was like, "Stick to the plan, Ryan. Stick to the plan." So I stuck to the plan. Nailed it. Hit my bench. My bench was all right as well. Stuck to the plan on that. And I had to deload a little bit actually for the last 2 sets. So it didn't go too well. But technique was key today, and we managed to keep on rolling.
So you're trying to improve your strength on the bench, are you, Ryan?
Yeah, well, it's endless struggle for me. I should be.
Are you at 100 kilos yet?
No, Simon, I'm taking me time. I haven't done a test set yet. But I was feeling pretty good at 85 for 5 today. So, it's in the cards, I reckon.
Push.
I reckon when we get to testing week, was it 4 weeks until test week?
Yeah.
4 weeks till test week, I'll be bang on for it, I reckon.
Nice.
Cool.
I'm feeling pretty good about the bench. The squat felt very nice on my back today.
Squat was looking good.
Yeah, it was feeling really good. But no back pain, no nothing. Been just pulling my finger out and becoming a bit less of a female quadruped animal and sticking to it and getting it done. So, building up the old back strength again. What's good.
It is good.
Now, speaking of being a badass on the bench, today we have a topic that I can't really comment on because I'm not very good at bench, but Jules, Simon, this is your wheelhouse. Where are we at? How do we get stronger in the bench press?
Yep, that's $1 million question. Everyone wants a good bench. Well, yeah, everybody that I know at least. But all my mates are vain and, that kind of people. But yeah, so obviously, as you guys know, I'm actually undefeated in bench press competitions. I'm 1 from 1. I've never lost. Undefeated.
It was a full powerlifting comp though, wasn't it?
It was a full powerlifting competition. I didn't squat nor did I deadlift. but I did bench and I won by a considerable margin. I'm basically an unstoppable bench presser. And my tips would be, I'm not going to get too scientific. I'll leave that to Komatsu and Simo. But I guess my big three things would be, number one, is the most obvious one, is your technique spot on. So if you're not staying tight and if you're collapsing throughout the lift at various points, there's probably most likely an issue with the form. So you can easily rectify that by coming to speak to one of us, and we'll be able to figure it out and fix it relatively easily. That's number one. Number two, try and identify the point in the lift where you're starting to struggle. So if you're struggling at the bottom and you're struggling to explode off your chest, there's stuff you can do for that, like more explosive power type push training. Oh, Adam's gone.
We lost Adam. Oh, well, he doesn't know anything about bench press anyway. Keep going.
All right. Yeah, more explosive, like power style push exercises. So things like a heavy landmine press. I like that. That helped me a little bit with my bench. And then if you're struggling to lock out at the top, it's probably, oh, he's back. If you're struggling to lock out at the top, there might be an issue with like your tricep strength in finishing the lift. So there's different points in the lift where you might struggle, and there's things you can do obviously to fix each one of those. And my third point, which is sort of a follow on from that, would be like, make sure you're doing your accessory lifts. So you can bench as much as you want. If your shoulders are decrepit, your arms are super weak, you're never going to be able to lift a substantial number. So make sure you're working on your triceps, your shoulders, and your upper back, as well as your core, which will allow you to actually maximize the lift. You know, even if you've already got the chest strength and stuff like that, you should be able to get more out of the lift. So that'd be my big three.
I think that's quite good, Jules, to be honest. Like for me, with my current benching, because I've never really been much of a bencher most of my time, and now I'm starting to get the fever for the bench. The best thing that I ever did was stop trying to be a hero and really drop it down and get the technique, try and work on the technique and not have like squiggly elbows and you know, not having your butt lift off like a crazy person, and you know, staying tight under the load is really, I feel that's probably the key difference with this attempt of mine to become a better bench presser.
I agree. And I think that obviously with the big three, the deadlift, the squat, and the bench, they're probably, if you are going to be a hero and overload it beyond your capabilities and your form's not there yet, they're the three that you probably will get injured. So, you know, you might be able to lift an extra 7.5 kilos one time with bad form, and then it'll pay with 3 months of no benching because you'll injure yourself. So start at the beginning, and, you know, work your way up and make sure you're just ticking all the boxes and doing your accessory work. And definitely a good bench is achievable. I'd say a good bench is like anyone benching 100 plus is an animal. 120 plus is probably elite. And I'd say 127.5 is probably unbelievable, which is what I did. So I think my FSC bench record got broken by Mario though.
Yeah, he went 130, 135 on Monday or Tuesday.
How am I supposed to catch that?
And so, Simon, give me the breakdown of that, because you're on floor for that one. How did he look? How does he tackle that?
It was probably that was like, because he's been working a 5-3-1 program. That was his like 105%. So we were trying to like do a PB. So it wasn't the cleanest press, but it was still pretty good, and pretty good to see at 5:30 in the morning. Like, to be awake and to be able to do 135 kilos is pretty good.
I want him in the Asada pool.
But like for me, for bench press, I think like I only really made gains when I busted my ankle, decided to do a powerlifting competition. Actually took my time and learned how to bench, got a powerlifting coach, and the biggest change was not focusing on your upper body, but using your lower body. So that's pulling your feet right back, trying to push your heels to the floor, that tension through the hip flexors, lower back, all the way up through that upper back. And then not even using your pecs to stabilize, and that's your triceps and your lats that are doing all the work. Which is like when guys come to the gym, they're like, oh, my pecs aren't growing, or I don't feel like my pecs in bench press, or they're overusing their pecs in bench press. It means there's something going wrong. So like the only time I feel my pecs is when we use dumbbells and do like incline press, dumbbell press, floor press. just when I'm chasing the pump.
Definitely.
And yeah, when I busted my ankle, I was benching 3 times a week. So that's when I made my biggest gain. And now I'm at a plateau, so I've got to work out how to get stronger again. I think my limiting factor is my wrists. So I got those hypermobile swimmers wrists that aren't strong enough. So I'm there instead of there, which is what I've got to work on now. Yeah.
Nice. So what are you going to do to work on your wrists?
Bring the weight back and start again, rebuild the bench.
Start with that tight, like just over the top grip, not trying to flick it over,
Yeah.
I think that's some good points, boys. Like for me, I think sticking to your plan is also very key. Like today, I came in thinking I was going to bench the house down, but I was like, there's a number that I had in mind. Let's stay on that, and it actually proved myself right because I did the warm ups. I felt so good. Hit the number. Then I was like, oh, technique's starting to get a bit juicy on this fourth one. So I dropped it down and I held good. And I was like, that's good. So it's that key thing of just not overreaching every time you go. Like you may feel good, but just those little incremental increases will keep you going and you won't get to that stopping point. I think that's very important across all lifts. And I think the bench is one of those ones where your ego gets ahead of you a little bit because it's.
Didn't the bench press world record get broken again recently, like in the last couple of weeks?
It gets broken all the time now.
I'm not sure. It's one of those weird ones. You see, like we were looking at it the other day, Adam, weren't we? Who was it?
That was stupid. It was like, what was it, 1,100 pounds?
Yeah, Dave Hoff. Yeah, but he's got those suits. Yeah,
he's got the full suit on.
Mr. 3K.
His deadlift's at like 800 pounds, and his squat and his bench is at over 1,000 pounds.
Yeah. I know who's benching 300 more than that deadlifts.
That's so suits though, like which are getting phased out. Less people are doing that type of powerlifting, but there's still those guys that'll do it, and they keep making those suits stiffer and stiffer for those sorts of exercises. I think in the deadlift you don't get the rebound factor with bench and squat
because it's straight off the ground. Yeah, so that's I think that's the true indicator of how strong they are. Like the guys still are absolute beasts. Let's not go anywhere further than that. But,
I mean, the fact that you could even hold 1,100 pounds at the lockout position is impressive.
Yeah, the guy's still a beast. But I wonder if you took the shirt off and put him raw, what's he going to get when he's been learning that kind of technique with it's the whole West Side kind of deal.
Well, for them, it would all be speed rather than that grinding.
All the chains and stuff like that.
But it's also the range of motion. Like, you look at the size of these guys; they got the big guts and don't have to go very far.
Mass moves mass, baby.
That's it.
Mass moves mass.
Is good mass.
Komatsu, what's your bench tips, mate?
I think you guys have covered pretty much all of it, but I would say treat the bench press like a skill, because I think a lot of people get caught up in terms of lifting and stuff. They don't appreciate the fact that it's a skill like they would if you're practicing for a sport. So doing it every single day would probably be a good thing to do. Doesn't mean you're maxing out every day. You're just going in, practicing your technique, getting used to staying tight under the bar and all that kind of stuff, like you guys were saying. So frequency would be a big thing, because some people will bench once or twice a week and expect their bench to just get real strong, but they're not practicing that technique and not getting the most out of it. And then the other thing would probably be improving shoulder stability and improving that ability to create that tension like you guys are talking about, because it's the stability force paradigm kind of thing. Your body will only allow you to express the force that it feels that it's safe to express. So your brain will limit you from lifting more than what you're capable of without injuring yourself. So by working on your shoulder stabilizing muscles and your triceps and all that kind of stuff, you'll be able to improve your bench. So it's kind of if you think most people would be able to chest press on a machine considerably more amount of weight than they would be able to do on a bench. And that's because there's that added stability. So if you can add some sort of stability to your body through your shoulders, mainly for a bench press, then increase the capacity for your body to produce force. I think that would probably be the only other thing that you guys haven't touched on.
Yeah, that stability through the trunk, like through the centers, to allow your extremities to move, like produce as much force as possible, is something that doesn't really get talked about a lot, especially with like squatting and stuff like that. Like, and benching, we're talking about benching. With benching, it's probably very, very key as well. But yeah, that's a very good point, Adam. You need to have a stable base, otherwise you're not going to go anywhere.
Yeah, and also appreciating like sub-maximal work, because at the end of the day, if you can improve like your 70%, so if your current 70% is like 70 kilos, just to make it easier for numbers, if you can improve that 70% to 75, 80, by default, you improve that 100 kilos. So you don't have to, like you were saying, don't have to overreach each time and try to test out exactly how much you can lift. Save that for your testing day, and just increase that lower percentage, the ability to produce force and lift weight in that portion.
Yeah,
and
that's a big reason why when we're programming, we do a lot of 5s and a lot of 3s. Is like the kind of the lowest number we kind of take club guys to until it's test day, like, because they need to get used to that exactly what you're saying, Adam. Like, you know, they don't need to be pushing 1s all the time. It's very rare that you need to go a 1, I think, for the most of these populations. Like, obviously, if you've got a powerlifting competition coming up, you need to experience that a few times, but that's training for a sport, so that's a bit different. But in terms of just getting something strong again, I think like that's very important. You don't have to be at 100% all the time to make sure that you're getting stronger.
Yeah.
Anyone else got anything on the bench press?
No, I just agree with what all you guys said. So that 127.5 I did was the first time I ever did it. So I did. I had a powerlifting coach that was helping me as well, and I did 125 3 weeks before the comp, and then I spent sort of 2 weeks just like slowly deloading, and I took it real easy the last week, and I felt like $1 million. And then I did the 125 on my second attempt on the day, and then I just put 127 on and flicked it up easy. Could have thrown it around.
Easy. You know what else was easy?
What's that?
The Gold Coast Suns beating Freo on the weekend. And that takes us to sport, guys. That takes us to sport. How's the segue on him? Here we go. We've got the sporting results from the weekend. Let's just get the AFL up, straight up. All right, who we got? Give me. So
I watched that much football, I could probably remember them all.
We had Melbourne getting beaten by Geelong. There's a lot of low-scoring games at the moment, isn't there? Like, Melbourne got taken out by Geelong. Brisbane beat Adelaide. The Suns continue to prove why they are a phenomenal team, and they take out Freo after Fifey blew his hamstring up and had to leave the field. Carlton just got ahead of Essendon. Richmond went down to St Kilda. Adelaide beat West Coast. West Coast are having a terrible time, eh?
Yeah. Yes, they are. But so are we, so what do I say?
Brings a smile to your face, doesn't it, Jules?
Half a smile.
If the Eagles were winning and the Dockers kept getting flogged, I'd be a sad boy.
You'd be a sad boy. GWS beat Collingwood, and then we've got the Western Bulldogs take out the Swans. So what a time to be alive. Some football, like we'll go to the only results that really matter in the Premier League, and that's Liverpool now won the title. Thank you, Chelsea, for taking out Man City on the weekend. So I'd like to say, Nick, I know you watch, but you can thank me later. You can buy me a beer later because it's all Chelsea that allowed you guys to win that title.
They've still only won one premiership, though.
Simon's like, still only counts as one.
Yeah, they're one title less than United, but only won one premiership.
Only one premiership, and that's all that matters. And now
Jared's a big Liverpool man as well, so shout out to him, I guess.
There you go. You can also buy me a beer and thank me for my team allowing your team to win the Premier League. So there you go. Have that one. What other sports been going on? Super Rugby's been pretty good. The Western Force are officially back this week, guys. What a time to be alive.
Ooh.
So the Super Rugby Australia is kicking off this week, I guess. I mean, I'm guessing that's still going ahead with Victoria being Victoria. But I haven't heard anything else. But, the Western Force back in Super Rugby to kick some butt and see what happens. So hopefully they don't embarrass themselves and they get up and, prove why they should be there. I've got faith. Any other sport? There was no UFC or anything?
No, there was a UFC on the weekend. There's some interesting things in the UFC, actually. So Mike Perry has had a bit of a layoff. He's one of the UFC fighters. And he decided to come back and fight with a very minimal training camp. And instead of so in your corner, you usually have like the guy that gives you the water and puts the ice on your head and calms you down. Then you have 2 coaches. And he went in with only his girlfriend. And she was holding the ice for him. And she didn't give him any advice at all. She just said, "You're doing good." And he just sat there and had no advice throughout the corner. And he won. So it was ridiculous. So it'll be all over Instagram and stuff. His girlfriend like put the ice on his shoulder and he's like, no, back of the head. And she put it on his back. And then he's like, back of the head. She puts on and like no coach.
Surely she would have done at least that much homework to know where to put the ice.
I know. And then apparently there's a video of her, like him hitting pads and she's holding them and she's like doing it all wrong. And it's just, so that was interesting. And then Dan Hooker from New Zealand fought Dustin Poirier in the main event. It was probably the best fight of the year so far. So
I've seen that one. I've seen that they're saying that's going to be the best fight of the year.
Yeah. So if you're half interested in the UFC, it's probably worth checking out.
Alrighty, guys. That's it for sporting. Other sporting updates, Simon?
No, not that I know of.
Adam?
No.
None of those sports are back yet. So let's take it to it's the quiz time. And this week, the quiz is going to be extra good because I'm going to be able to join in. Because I found a quiz that is like a multiple thingamajiggy. Hang on, here we go. Let's get it up. It's coming to you by 9.com.au this week. And there's 5 questions. Are we all ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the plan? We lock in the letter and then you get a point if you get it right?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah. So anyone can guess anything. So you can guess the same thing as other people, whatever.
I have no idea. I haven't even heard of.
All right, so which is Australia's largest, what does that say?
Terrestrial
National Park. A, Blue Mountains. B, Daintree National Park. I don't even know. What does that say?
Freycinet.
Sweet. Cool. And then Kakadu. I'm going to go Blue Mountains is a bit big. Kakadu's pretty big, isn't it? That's WA. I don't know what the other ones. I'm voting
to WA. I'll go D.
I'm going to lock in A. I'm going to lock the Blue Mountains in.
Yeah, I'm going to go A as well. I don't know.
Simon?
I'll just go B. I ain't got a clue.
All right, I'm going to click this one. Oh, it was Kakadu!
Yes! Let's go.
It's all about national parks today, apparently. So here we go.
My specialty, apparently.
The quiz. Knows your national parks. I can't put... Annika, can you be the quiz master?
Yeah. We can all read it, at least.
Cameo from Annika. Here we go.
Oh, God.
What am I reading?
This.
Oh. Honolulu National Park? Yeah, that's what it says.
Yeah, you're reading the questions. You're the quiz master.
Honolulu National Park is in which state?
A, New South Wales. B, Queensland. C, South Australia. D, Western Australia.
I reckon that's got South Australia written all over it. I'm going C.
I'm going B.
I'm going New South Wales. I'm going A.
I was going to go C as well.
All right, here we go. Oh, it's WA!
Oh shit.
Did anyone guess
no.
I was going to back WA in as well. Damn it.
All right, here we go.
God. That's embarrassing.
And we're on again. Which is the highest peak in Alpine National Park? I don't even know where that is. A.
Neither.
What does that say? Okay, you're being a very bad quizmaster.
Sorry.
Mount Bagong?
You're supposed to read the question and then read. Oh, fine. There you go. Mount Bagong, Mount Feathertop.
Feathertop.
There you go. Mount Lock and Mount Nilsels.
Could you not read Feather?
No, I can't read.
I think the only one I've heard of is Mount Lock, so I'm going Mount Lock.
I'm going Mount Bagong because that sounds funny.
I'll go B. Mount Feathertop.
All right, I'll go D then to make it interesting.
Someone's going to
Someone
be
is
right.
getting a point. Oh!
Yes!
Oh my God.
Adam's
know my
on 2,
national
everyone else is
parks.
on 0. When was Australia's Royal National Park established? 19. Well, hang on. I've gone the wrong way around. A. 1779. B. 1829. C. 1879. Or D. 1929.
Adam gets this right, he
Go on.
wins.
I'm going D.
Yeah.
You going D?
Yeah.
I'm going to go C.
Simon.
I've gone D as well.
You've gone D as well? A.
If Adam's right, he wins.
I don't even know if
It's not
Australia
A.
was. It's not
Australia
A.
wasn't even a federation then. It can't be A.
Hey, the colonies could have established a national park.
Yeah, but it wouldn't have been called Australia's Royal National Park.
That's a good point. Good. Thanks for
That's
that,
it.
Adam. I'm not going to go A.
I was going to say that after you clicked, but I thought I'd give you a chance.
Not going to.
That's
Well,
it.
I thought that as well, but I thought it might be a trick question. I still think it's a trick question. I'm going with A. Oh, it was C.
Ah.
So Jules
Jules
is
is
in
up.
it.
I have to get this one
So then
right.
we have to go to a tiebreaker that I'm going to have to make up on the spot.
Okay.
Ooh.
Who are the
Ooh.
traditional owners of, oh my God, Uluru, Kaka,
Read it all. Read it all.
Tadjata National Park? I would like to say, if I've botched that, I do not want to sound like, I'm disrespectful. I just can't read. Okay? A. Oh my golly gosh. Why do we do national parks?
Read them. Read them all.
Anagu, Iroa, Wiradjuri,
We're a jury.
Wiradjuri, and
Yotta.
Yotta. I'm going with Yotta because Yotta, gotta.
I'm going C.
I'm going C as well.
I'm going to go A then.
Yotta, gotta. Oh, it's A. It's a tiebreaker. Well,
Sudden death.
You got
No,
zero.
zero
out of
out of
five.
Oh, no.
0 out of 5 for Ryan. So we're at sudden death. I've now got to find a quiz just for the boys. This one. Here we go. 1 out of 20.
Are we going?
Oh, you're not doing 20 questions.
We'll go
No.
first person to win.
First person to get 2 right. How about that?
Out of Adam and Jules. So Simon, we're out, mate.
Cool. See ya.
First person to get 2
So
right.
you don't leave. Oh, that's nice.
He's back.
Okay, known Australian and bumper quiz. Here we go. Which classic model Holden vehicle is illustrated here? For those of those listening on audio, it is a yellow car on a beach with some surfboards on the top.
I think I know it.
That helps.
Do you know it, Adam?
A. Commodore.
I
B.
don't know.
Kingswood. C. Murano. D. Sandman.
I'm going to lock in D.
It is on a beach, hence Sandman advertising. I'm also going to go D.
Are we both going D?
Safe.
So this is
Feel
a
like I
box
should-
round anyway. All right, it is D. There you go.
Yeah.
Great job. Next
What an
one.
absolute contest.
How many
What a
runs did
contest.
Don Bradman score in his final test? If you guys don't
Ooh.
know this, oh my golly gosh. A,
All right.
none. B,
Why would I know
53.
this?
C, 103. D, 203.
Oh, all right. I'm going to
Did
take
he
you through
go
my
out
thought
on a high?
process. Yeah, he's remembered as such a legend, so you feel like he didn't get out
It's got
for
to
a
be
duck.
203.
I reckon, is that unrealistic, but
No. I'm not saying he could have done it, but it's not.
I'm saying, guys, irony is a thing. So,
None.
I reckon he went in the ton. I'm going to go C.
oh, well, here we go. None. Adam, you are
Ryan
the
took-
two-time quiz master, and you have taken it once again off Jules.
We're
Jules-
2 and 2, Adam.
How do you feel, mate?
Yeah. I feel
Ah.
fantastic. Well, I feel like that was a pretty shallow win because you gave quite a hint there. So
Well, I didn't believe him. I thought it would be.
All right.
No,
Let's
no.
go.
Adam wins fair and square. We're 2 apiece.
Nah,
I'm
I got
gonna-
ahead
Yeah,
of
Jules.
myself.
Jules also got the clue, so I guess it's. I guess
Yeah,
it's
no.
When did Jules
I heard
get?
the
Oh
sa-
yeah, he did get the clue as
You
well.
said,
so
you said it
was
to
up
both
him.
of us.
It was up to him. Alrighty, guys. Thank you once again for watching. That was a cracker of an episode, I think. That was a goodie. All about benching and stuff. Guys, been a pleasure to have you on again. Jules, where can people find you?
At Julian Ward 95 on Instagram and the same on Twitter.
Adam.
Yeah, that's it.
Just cut him off.
No, that's it.
You can find me on Instagram and Facebook at Komatsua. It's Komatsu and then 2 A's.
And you can find him on Tinder at Adam Komatsu.
No, or maybe you can't.
Boom.
So, Adam, are we getting the lowdown? We promised the viewers that
Simon,
the
where
quiz
can
would
we
be
find
on air,
you?
It wasn't.
Simon, where can we find you?
In the North Rio gym or the Wembley gym?
Beautiful.
And we can also find Adam at JB O'Reilly's apparently, but that's all that we know.
What's a JB O'Reilly's?
It's a pub.
Oh my God. the
I've
plot
never been
thickens.
there before.
Well,
That's not what we hear.
not what I heard. Anyway,
I have
you
no
can
idea
find
what
me
anyone's
at
talking
Ryan
about.
_Evenden or at Ryan Evenden Coach. I don't know what my Facebook is. It's me. Hello, Ryan Evenden. Thank you all for coming. As always, stay strong, stay safe, stay connected. And boys, are we going to get it in 3, 2, 1?
Be formidable.
Formidable.
Oh, so off topic.
Is there an echo? What's going on? Thank you, boys, once again, and we will see you all soon. Bye-bye.